Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Nadia Adam. I am Vedic Astrologer and Psychic Medium. So today we are going to talk about Angarak Yoga that's forming right now in the sky in the sign of Aries, which is mainly conjunction of Mars with Rahu. Okay, and add on that we have Uranus also. So we have a three powerful conjunction going on in the sign of Aries, and it will last until like 10th of August, right? So I'm going to divide the video right now. Of course, the timestamp will be in the description box. So we are going to talk about the combination itself in general and how it's gonna perform or how it's gonna manifest if we have it in natal chart. And then we're going to talk about each nakshatra or activation, let's say, of Mars while it's transiting each nakshatra. Okay, so the timestamp will be all in description box. Okay, so let's start here. So mainly Angarak Yoga's form when we have Mars conjunct Rahu or Ketu. So that's mean imagine with me that Mars is a fire, right? Something that just blast, something that just have energy, or let's say the pure form of fire energy, all right? And then we have Rahu here, usually that blasted out and just giving it momentum. It's not expanding in the same way how we explain or describe Jupiter. Rahu is more like just blast it out. Whenever it has, for example, Rahu conjunct moon, the person will be very moody, can be very kind of emotional in nature. And let's say Mars right now is with Rahu. That's mean the energy of Mars itself will be amplified. All right. And in general mundane, if we would say like which energy have almost the similar kind of attitude, if that makes sense, Mars and Rahu, they're almost like the same energy. They both came out of passion, out of love, out of desire, and out of wanting to conquer something. All right. So we are here having like a pretty kind of very strong energy going on in the sign of Aries. All right. Mars with Rahu. All right. So a while ago, I did explain about what's the actual manifestation when we have Rahu or Ketu conjunct any planets. And I explained also about Rahu conjunct Mars. I will leave the links in the description box. You can refer it back whenever you want. But in general mundane, when we have Rahu conjunct Mars, usually the person will feel that nothing can stop them. It's just, how can I say, it doesn't matter where this conjunction happen. Usually it will give a blast of power, a blast of ambition and passion and desire to fulfill that particular house. Okay, let's say for example we have Mars and Rahu are conjunct, let's say in the 10th house. Let's say for example I will have, let's say, um we will have this conjunction in the sign of 10th house. Let's say somebody born with such combination here. Okay, we have Mars and Rahu in the 10th house. That's mean this person cannot be stopped, unstoppable and uncontrolled when it comes to their ambition towards a career, towards achieving status, towards achieving a success in their career, and so on. Let's say, for example, I have a same kind of combination going on in the, I don't know, let's put, for example, here. Yeah, I have it, for example, let's make it as like this one here. Okay, even this one, even let's say, for example, we have a Virgo ascendant. So Rahu and Mars will fall into the 6th house. The same energy. That's mean the person will have kind of a strong energy towards occult, mysticism. They love to work on their table, not like they are sneaky, but well, in some cases, yeah, when they want to achieve something, when they want to, how can I say, conquer something, they're just not gonna expose their plans very easily. you know. But anyway, my idea here is that Rahu and Mars together is create a pretty blast kind of energy. How blast or how strong or how intense it can be, it will depend on the sign placement. So of course, like logically, if you think about it, when we have this combination going on in the fire sign, that's mean their creativity, their energy to achieve something, their ability to conquer something, having something, no matter how bad or good this thing, they will be very stubborn to take it. It's just different energy when this combination happening, for example, in the earth sign or in the air sign. Earth and air, they will be more calculative and practical in whatever they are going ahead, you know. So I always feel like water and fire sign, although they are very opposite in nature, but somehow they have the same element because they will be driven by their emotion and passion. All right. So this is a brief kind of explanation of Rahu and Mars together, right? So now let's talk about the transit that's going on. So of course it's been happening since 27th of June, but it just started to intensify more because it's getting closer to Uranus. Because you can see Rahu is getting closer to Uranus. This is 25 degree, this is 23 degree, and then we have Mars today in 6 degree of Aries. It start to intensify slowly, all right? So what's going on here? Let me remove this. Usually what I explain that I will explain it per nakshatra, okay? It depends on where is Mars transiting. So right now, for example, Mars is in Ashwini nakshatra, okay? And Ashwini for sure is connected to Ketu. Where is Ketu? Ketu is in Libra. Where is Libra? Lord of Libra. It's Venus. It's sitting in the second house. So if you can notice right now, what's going on is that the inflation in market or economy, it's just very intense, and it can be, how can I say, the headline of all news right now, right? So we can see that the fluctuation and fluctuation in the market and economy, it might remain like this until like 16th of July when Mars moved to Bharani Nakshatra. Okay, so this is one point we need to pay attention to it. So you have to pay attention with your money, expenses, what you are planning for in the future. Let's say, for example, you want to invest on something, you want to, I don't know, spend some money, I would say, like even like a start as a, let's say starting investment. Okay, I think you just have to wait a bit until at least Mars move to Bharani Nakshatra. Okay, and then this is one point. Second point, because it's connected to the seven house, yes, it's seven house in Kalapush chart, it's Libra, right? So usually it can indicate some sort of karmic kind of a theme connected to relationship and partnership going on right now. I saw a lot of people, my clients and people like around me, they're having some difficulties in relationship, breaking up, making up, misunderstanding, conflict here and there, in terms of like being in communication even itself, it's just very intense right now. So it can be like a very intense period in terms of relationship and partnership. So I think you just have to wait, either you just back up yourself if you, let's say, going through such hard time right now in your relationship or even business partnership. You just have to back up and do not talk a lot, do not speak a lot, do not, like, how can I say, trying to convince others about your point, because again, everyone is just on their head, everybody just furious because it's Aries sign here. So at least wait until Mars moves to Bharani, maybe it can get a bit better, right? So okay, so this is the first part here when we have Mars in Ashwini. So let's move on when Mars is in Bharani Nakshatra. So I think it will be around 16th of July. All right. Okay. So 16 will be in Bharani Nakshatra on 17 of July. 16 or 17, it just depends wherever you are at right now. Okay. So Bharani Nakshatra, it's ruled by Venus again. And Venus at that time will be sitting in the third house of Gemini. Okay. I'm just going to use color push chart here. All right. So this is Mars. This is Mars in Bharani. Okay. And I think on that time, Rahu and Uranus also will be in distinct conjunction. Yes. We have Rahu in Bharani, Uranus in Bharani. So we have 3 planets here in Bharani Nakshatra, which is kind of a bit dangerous because, Bharani Nakshatra, it's strongly connected to Lord Yama, the deity of the nakshatra itself, And Uranus, as I explained in previous video, it's connected to the jolt of, how can I say, realization, change, transformation. It's just something God suddenly give it to you, it's, for example, a sudden inspiration about something. So it's all connected to Uranus, all right? And then that's mean there is a fire energy here, all right, that I want to kind of change something, destroy something, transform something. If you refer back to the mythology, Lord Yama is a son of Surya, right? A lord of sun. All right, so there is a jolt of kind of a heavy fire energy here going on during this time. So it will be between 16th of July until 6th of August. All right, so what's going on here? We have Rahu and Mars, the Aries, and then we have also here Uranus, right? We have also Uranus, and then the Lord of it sitting here, the Lord of Nakshatra for all of these 3 planets is sitting in the 3rd house of Venus. The same related to economy will still remain there, will still play out, but there can be some sort of improvement in some way. At least there should be some stability or agreement. Government will get into agreement of how to stop this inflation or stop this kind of economic crisis that we are heading to, or maybe we are in it right now. So there will be some sort of control will happen during this time. And I feel also there can be some exposure, like a huge kind of exposure related to government, higher authorities, mega companies, billionaires, politicians. Something will be exposed in social media, which can be really shocking. And it could be also affecting us collectively, because of course, anything happen with the government, somehow, somewhere, we will feel it, right? And I mean, in most of cases, it will be connected to economy and politics. But anyway, because it's activating the Gemini house here, the Gemini, the 3rd house. So that means there's some sort of information, realization, uh, knowledge about something, exposure of something. It could be also, if you have, for example, a strong Gemini right now going on, Gemini energy or Aries energy playing out in your own chart, you might hear about lie. You might get some sort of, I don't know, false information about someone. Maybe someone get rumors on you. Things like that might happen. So you have to be careful, right? Of course, it will play out differently for each person, but it depends where is the Gemini house in your chart. Okay, just pay attention during this time. Like if we can just like stay away from people and just like limit our communication, I think it will be great. Despite also like having a strong fire sign here, it just will push us just like blasting out on others. So yeah, just like pay attention on this. Just be careful, okay? So wow, this something will be very super interesting. All right. Sometimes I feel like this such change is just necessary when we are stuck in one thing. At least drama is just needed to just cleanse out everything and and we are done from it. So this is what exactly going on during July and August. And then We have Mars will move to the Kritika Nakshatra. Of course, in Kritika will be very short period, I think for 4 or 5 days only, because Kritika in the sign of Aries only covering first pada. All right. So we have it from 7th of August. Yeah. August, I think. Yep. Okay. So Mars will be in Kritika. So Kritika Nakshatra also can be pretty intense because it's connected to just cutting something, all right, ending something, yet it will be way, way better and less intensity while Mars is in Bharani with exact conjunction with Rahu and Uranus. So we can say here, 7th of August onward, the energies will be way much better right now than now. All right, much better, much calmer. uh, at least like there is like kind of sense of okay, relief, at least like whatever I supposed to know, whatever I supposed to change, supposed to realize, it will came to you during this time, and perhaps you will take an action out of it after 7th of August. All right. So Rahu will be still in Aries, is in Kritika Nakshatra, and this particular nakshatra is ruled by Sun. Sun that will be in the sign of, just give me a second. Sun will be in the sign of Cancer here. So, and Saturn, by the way, it will be already in Capricorn. It will be kind of looking at Sun, although there is like a degree different, but you still can be feeling it. At least even from now, I think we are already feeling it. So Sun and Saturn, Sun and Saturn, and then we have this combination here. So all the focus again will be in Cancer sign. So I don't know how many times I'm emphasizing about Cancer and how it's pretty afflicted right now, and it's like in the very, very critical point. If you have a strong Cancerian energy, I think you will feel and understand whatever I say right now, even let's say nothing major going on in your life, but it could be like mood swing, mentally, emotionally, there can be some sort of fluctuation. So I'm personally, I'm feeling that because I'm a Cancer ascendant. So having this combination here, again, it will push us to take and do something about our comfort zone, about wherever we want to do. Let's say, for example, because Kritika is cutting, ending something, wanting to just finish up some matter, right? It will be matter related to house, home, stability, our comfort zone again. Let's say this place wherever I am working at right now is not suitable with me because it's just giving me a lot of headache, a lot of emotional fluctuation, right? It's emotion, like I just don't feel like I want to stay in this company or this corporation, so I will just cut it off because of we have Rahu and Saturn energy, Rahu and Mars energy, of course, because of Saturn also, it's just here. Okay. Again, let's say, for example, some sort of structure at home is just not suitable for me, or I just don't feel comfortable to stay in this house anymore. Perhaps there will be like sense of realization and just power and urge inside of me, like, no, I just want to get out of this place. I will change the rules at home. I just cannot live like this anymore. It will be a very kind of an urge, I would say. This is a pretty much an urge and the time of action to do something. Okay, if we want to apply this in global mundane level, I think when this conjunction happening in Bharani, there will be an actual movement for people like riot, violence, people want to change the government suddenly and things like that. All right, for like 10 days or 2 weeks, and then when Mars moved to Kritika, perhaps on that time only the government will act and do something about it, because their comfort zone here, because Sun is government, right? because their comfort zone is kind of shaken, and it sounds like I have to do something because these people will just like get me out of my chair, and it's just I don't want to do that. So you can imagine how it is, or what it is, the overall of Angarak Yoga can manifest in next period. All right. So yeah, of course it depends. If you are, let's say, going through, let me delete this thing. If you say you are going to Rahu Mahadasha, Antardasha, Priyantradasha, Mars Mahadasha, Antardasha, Priyantradasha, Saturn Mahadasha, Antardasha, Priyantradasha, and Ketu to some extent, you might feel it strongly. You might feel this energy very, very strongly. Okay. It just depends on which activation that's going on in your chart. If we saying like how good or how bad, of course not, doesn't mean I don't know how many people we are on earth, 1.2 billion people, they will be affected by this, right? Again, you have to filter that through Mahadasha, Antardasha, Priyantradasha, and then you have to see how much the what they call it, the Ashtak Varga point is given to you. Let's say, for example, somebody has this combination right now going on. They have Rahu active, Mars active, Saturn active, but hey, it's giving them a pretty high point in transit. That's mean this point it's pretty high. Like for example, that we have here like 22, 30, 32. Anyway, they have pretty high point. That's mean this particular change or particular urge, or let's say this kind of driven energy is not going to affect them in the bad way. Actually, in a good way, it can give them how can I say, gain. It can give them gain, achievement, fulfillment in some way. So, or at least it's not going to affect them. Let's say the house itself is weak, but the transit is good. That's mean it gives them some protection. All right. So apply it depend on your chart, but again, if you have activation of these three planets here, then maybe you have to pay attention and be careful. Other planets like Venus and Jupiter, yeah, it can be felt also. Yeah, Venus and Jupiter, it can be felt, but I don't think it's as strong as if you have a strong activation of Mars, Rahu, Saturn, or you are going through Dasha that's sitting, Dasha of planets sitting in Aries and Capricorn, right? So yeah, that's it, I think. I hope it was helpful. I hope it gave you some idea of what's coming up or how you can prepare yourself. And of course, to know how these energies will affect you, you can book a private reading and consultation with us. I will leave the link in the description box. So till the next video, take care of yourself and stay good. And yeah, please just avoid people as much as you can. Don't blast out. Please do not generate under Rahu and Mars energy because it can be pretty dangerous right now. Okay, so awareness is the key to have a stable life, or stable to go through the tough period, I would say. The key all of this is awareness. Okay, and that's why we are doing in astrology. Okay, so take care and see you soon. Bye.